So we have a much better and more ideal method which you won't see any mechanic teams explaining to you, but I will. So let's see through the menu here. I think we don't have it. So there are some corporations that work exclusively focused on the AutoCAD file, and they do their work with a high attention to details. So as an example here, the beams aren't actually specified in the structure, and so because of that, we don't actually know where the beam goes, and they haven't noticed any of the collision points in the AutoCAD file. They've just made them and moved on, and so the file has a lot of issues, although it's perfect for a training video. And so our first step is to coordinate this with the structure. So we have the framing plan here, the plus 90 framing plan. So basically the ground floor. Let me just select the plan for now. Control C to copy it, and we go over to the mechanic plan and then paste it here. Now let me just get rid of some of these texts and tags that are just not useful. So generally the planners who do the mechanics make these in a dashed line layout. So let me just go over here now and open up the layer properties, minimize it and put it over here. So let me just now select this. What's the name of it? It's structured drawings. So we go over here in the menu and then click on the line here and go through the line types and take this as a dashed line and press OK. And when you do that, you won't have any problems when you place it in the structure. So now I'll select this and then hit B plus enter block and name it, for example, beams plan. Then check the specify on screen box. Alright, cancel. I'll type in UN, then put the unit on meter and hit OK. Now I'll select the plan. Let me just get rid of some of these texts. Alright, we go over here and select the plan once again, then B plus enter, and just give it the name that we did last time, beams plan. Then check the box, the unit is meters, and then hit select objects. Alright, so select the plan and then hit OK. And this point is going to be chosen as our insert point. Now you can see the plan of the ground floor right here. And so let's just go back to the structure. So here, this is about 4 meters. Then we'll go over here and select the plan, then go back and then Control V to paste it. Alright, then delete these and get rid of these as well. Alright, delete these two and then this one as well. Hit Control Z and delete this one as well. Now I'll go over here and select this and then hit B plus enter. And now I'll name this one Beams Plan Level 1. After that, I'll hit OK and select the insert point. So now using the move tool, I'll select the plan over here and go over to the first floor and put it here. Alright, so the green lines here define our beams and we can just check them here. So now we can find our critical points in the plan. For example, we'll say we have a beam here, so it's a critical point. This is just the flooring for the kitchen. We have 2 sinks over here, then we have a vent that goes up and it needs to be under beam. And then the sewage here goes under the beam as well because of the sinks here, one of which goes from up to down. And then we have the floor drain here as well. And over here where we have the kitchen itself, we have, for example, a dishwashing or just a washing machine which needs a drain itself, which goes from here to over here. And then down here in the middle we have a beam which is signaled by the green line here. And then up over here, we have another critical point and another one over here as well. For example, here we can see a beam and the pipe here has been drawn inside of the beam. We can easily take notice of mistakes like these and make comments for them. But now, in order to work it a bit more professionally, we'll hit Ctrl P here, hit continue, and then over here on the name, I'll select the DWG to PDF, and then the paper size is going to be A1 or whatever dimensions you have in your mind. Then I'll select the orientation, which will be landscape for now, and then select window here. Now in the plan, I'll draw from this point right here all the way up to this point here. Oh, I made a mistake. So once again, we go from this point to here. So we put this on center, then I'll rotate the paper and then apply to layout. And then after that, I'll select the preview option to see what we have here, and then right click and select plot. Now I'll save this in the destination folder where I'm actually saving all of the training videos. So paste the destination, and then I'll create a new folder here which I'll be naming review cat files. Alright, so open this up and create another folder here which I'll be naming level 1. And then here we'll save the file as the level 1 itself. Then hit save. Alright, now I'll go over here and open up the folder itself. Alright, so here it is, and just be sure to install the Blue Beam Revu application, the latest version of which is from 2019. And if you just open up the Chrome and search for the Blue Beam Revu application download, and right here we can see a lot of examples and sites where we can download the latest version, and it can be found here. So as I said, be sure to download this and install it. So now I'll open up the file. Alright, then hit no on this. So be sure to go over here to the review tab and let's see what we have here. We have the preferences, which we won't need now. Alright, so go back to the review and open up the administrator, and then here we have the list of the plugins. And because I've installed Revit myself, you can see it here, and then you can get 3D and PDF exports as well. And we have a training for the application itself in our website, but I will be making some points about the application myself. Alright, now we'll go over to the plan and highlight all of the critical points, or we can specify or make a revision here. So like this, we can create one, and then we can link it to the outside of the plan here, and then put in the description, for which I will write, for example, checking -1. And then we can open it up from up here, and instead of the Cloud Plus name that it already has, I can write, for example, review clash. And then after that, we'll go over to the markups option down here where we have the complete list. Alright, so after that, I'll go right over here in the plan and signal this part and highlight it as well. So draw this, which are sort of reminders for myself to check these later on. And for the name of this one, I'll write checking -2, and I'll put this one under the same subject, which will be review clash. And alright, and then here I'll select the set as default option so that we'll be sure. Alright, so I'll go over here again, select the mark plus, and then here in the plan you can see a devastating clash here because we have a beam right here and then the floor drain itself, has been placed right upon the beam itself. Now this will cause massive issues which could have been solved easily before by putting the mechanical plant in the structure itself. So now this will be known as a critical point for us, so I'll highlight it and name it checking dash 3. Alright, so then we go up here to the subject and the layer, and then I'll see where we have our subject or our layer. And alright, so I'll rename the subject to review clash.